Hello, 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 hello. This is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, and it's time to continue with Vampyr. So, when we last left off, we were our main story is working with blackmail. Yes, apparently the big patron of the hospital is a vampire. But someone is apparently blackmailing them. Okay. Okay. And we've upped our stats, too. Thank you. So what do we got here? Craft, analyze. Don't have that. Can't do that. Because we're at level 2 with that. I can't move up. Oh. That's nice to have. Can't do that. We have this. Can't do that. Can we do anything with this thing? No. Let's upgrade the bludgeon. So that's upgraded. How about the hacksaw? No. Oh. Oh, we're already at... Oh, that's already maxed out. Okay. Well, that actually could work. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that anymore. Yeah, I can't move that one. Can I do that one? No. Nope. Nope. Well, that's maxed out. No, can't do that one. Nope. Okay. So let's make sure, let's make this his. Oh. I want to switch this to. Is this it? Alright. Let's use that to our advantage. Okay, so 18 meters until we get to something here. Alright. Oh. I saw a stairwell or something. Okay, so... Oh, this is... Alright. We gotta figure out what's going on here. This blackmail thing is something. But there's something more going on. That I'm certain of. But what exactly is it that's going on? Espionage? No. Wanting to blackmail people? Of course. Blackmail is in part both power and finance. Sorry about that. I have no idea what happened. OBS just sort of on me. Okay. So at least we didn't lose much. Progress. This takes us in here, so instead of going out that way... Good, that works. Alright. Finding anything in here? No. Alright. So now we can hopefully make progress. Ooh. Hello. So this should put me out in this area that was blocked off. Yeah. My health regenerates slowly over time. It's too slow! But I've also upped my level, so that's a plus. I don't know about you. I don't drink blood for energy. I drink soda. Yeah. Yeah, only overly indulge in soda on a weekend, though. Okay. Okay, so I'm 37 meters from an objective. But I'm also... What was this? Oh. Now let's just see. Is there any side investigations I can do in this area? No, I got them all done. Okay, well that's pretty good then. So, Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I gotta get him something for his migraine.
can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh, that's where I came from. Okay. We don't know who that is? Interesting. Oh! Oh, so this will lead me inside.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, I have to unlock it again. Hey, dude, let's see this. Okay.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Harry, huh?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
He has fatigue.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
Now let's give him the medicine.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
All those are hint required.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Well, let's look
Even
around.
my dreams are soaked with gloom.
What's this? Yeah, keep the pills in the safe.
Is there only pain and suffering?
Interesting up here. What's going on here? Nothing? No. Okay.
It's locked.
Why should that be a problem? We're a vampire. Well. Interesting people to talk with. Dear Mr. Peterson, it is my duty to inform you of our refusal to accept your application for a job at the dockyard. I must thank you for the time spent at our office explaining the difficulty of your situation with your ill boy and the loss of your beloved wife, but it is also my duty to point out the policy of our company, which expressly reproves the employment of former criminals or convicts. Your unfortunate connections with the ill-famed Wet Boot Boys have been duly noted. These are hard times, sir, and Finch and Harper intend to reward first the candidates who pass the small inquiry we like to conduct about our future employees. You have my deepest sympathy, and may God be with you and your family. Oh my God. Joe Peterson. Okay. Professional vampire hunters. If you ever suspected someone to be a vampire, don't try to kill it yourself. You have no chance. Instead, contact me to try to inform a professional vampire killer. These men and women are rare, but they know what to do against these evil creatures. It even seems that some of them are working together under the name of the Guard of Pruin, a paramilitary organization dedicated to the eradication of the vampires in London. They are your friends. You are not alone. Solutions exist. Be smart. Spread the word. Did I see something here? Alright, so let me talk to Joe.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really?
Yeah.
But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Yeah.
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. People won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak, and there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
God. Check. Well, he's healthy, so.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Wow. That was interesting information. I wonder if that changes anything with Harry, or with the young one.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
I want to see if he had changed
So-
anything.
May I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
See, personal.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities, but I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
Goodbye, young man.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Oh, interesting. Is this Joe?
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been wretched. Don't let your guard down, sir.
So who are
Welcome,
you?
sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Oh, let's check for. Oh, he's healthy, so that's good. Oh, Harry and Joe. Interesting. So they're connected.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Interesting.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Oh, trinkets. Oh, I got an investigation. Nice. I like that. isn't there.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Interesting.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Okay.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. Cheap price.
You
good
again?
quality.
What do you want this time?
Well, I found out some interesting little details, Joe. Oh, back.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's
Yeah.
no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons. And that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Oh! Interesting. I didn't know that. Anything?
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
That's definitely interesting.
Joe, please, I don't have your... Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you,
Yes.
obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one.
Yeah.
But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Yeah.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
Yeah.
Despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
No, you suspected that.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Okay, you know what? I want to get that side investigation on there. You know, these people could use a lot of help. Oh. Oh, what's this up here? Padre. I can just talk to a padre.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I'm
Oh,
Dr.
dear.
Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Ooh. And he's healthy? I'd question that.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
Well, you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Oy vey.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Interesting. You know what? You may be crazy, but
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No,
What is left then?
cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask.
But you are seeking.
yeah.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition.
Okay, I need to do that. Let's see, did the life? No.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I send him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
Interesting.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet he did.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Yeah.
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Okay.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Alright. Oh, now we have...
The walls of your home will not protect you, for there is no protection against malevolence and trickery.
Who's this guy?
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a
reporter.
journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Oh, that's nice.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
Oh.
I served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war must stop now.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is going on, and it must be stopped.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Oh, that's good.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Okay. Well, that was interesting, and here I'm going the wrong way. God damn. Go off this direction. Yeah, I can't go in there. A little hovel? Alright. Nope. No, 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 no. Wow. I guess I gotta go out there, but let's check back here first. Interesting. Uh-oh. I hear a skull. I hear a vamp. Whoa! They're all gone. You okay, bud? Oh no. He's dead. Probably one of the vampire hunters. Yeah, I know. Damn. I was not expecting that. Yeah, I was. Nothing here. I got recharged. Wait, 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 wait! Whoa, whoa! Slow down here. There's something here. Oh. Nothing in there. Okay. So that means go through here and the cemetery.
It's not just disease, desertion, and despair.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Oh, a poet. Let's see. Oh, he's got a cold.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Yeah. So.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir?
Yeah.
Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
True.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Point.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Wow.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
That's a fair point.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Okay. Okay.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Now, we have to retrieve a box. Oh. Did I go back out? Yeah, I went back out. Let's go through.
Oh, Camellia, the silent flower.
Okay. That was interesting.
Some of us come to this world already touched.
Interesting. I see something over here? No. Okay. Oh, it's been unlocked. Good. Oh, what's this? Flower bouquet. Small flower bouquet with a voucher for a free medical checkup hidden between the flowers. If you are sick, if you have no money, whoever you are, or if you're from, come see Dorothea to get help. No tricks, no charges. No questions asked. Just find Darius Petrescu's house and present this coupon. Okay, Camilla. Now we have in our... Okay. Oh, oh, that's a guy. That's a guy I don't want to run into. Oh, Miss Camilla.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
She is remarkably silent.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Tell me about Richard Nithercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
And she's healthy, too.
Very well. Goodbye, then.
So she's the one who places the letters. Well, Miss Silent. Mute. So she is she truly mute? One would argue that. Okay. Ah. Is there anything in here? No.
I cannot enter.
I wonder. I have to... I think I get it now. I have to open this one from the other side. Alright. Who's this?
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
She's tired.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
That's a good point.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I
I
believe
have
it.
no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Didn't fail on anything there.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
So I've earned more information. Okay, I'm heading in the wrong direction. Well, we've been meeting some interesting people here. Off this way. Oh shit. Ah, great. Guess I'm gonna have to take
Die, vermin! Spoiled! Watch out! Want some of this? Move! I'll kill you! Ooh, that's good, smart! Filthy piece of shit!
try again. We got some stuff. Let's clear out these people. I'm close to where that watery rich blood sample. What? Large beast. Oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. And it's in there. Great! Well, you're dead. I hear more of those. What's it? Oh, shillings. So, in here is obviously our threat. There's something we're looking for. Ooh. A used hatchet, huh? Can't do anything with that right now. Oh, hello, what's this?
This could be the box Lewis thought he lost. Huh. There's a letter inside.
Letter inside? Oh! Look at all the samples I got. Barrett, there's no easy way to say it, so I'm going to be blunt. We can't keep on like this. At least I can't keep on like this. If Joe ever finds out about us, about his wife and his best friend, it will crush him, and then he will kill you. We had some good times together, but let's face it, I'm never going to be your Jane Lewis. You know it, and I know it too, so I'm ending this right here and right now. If you agree with my decision, I'm sure we'll find a way to be happy again. You, Joe, and me in time. And then the most important part of our story will have been preserved. Until that day, I wish you'd forgive me. Goodbye now, Jane Peterson.
A love letter from Joe Peterson's wife, addressed to Barrett Lewis. Who should I give it to, I wonder?
Personally, I'd give it to, I'd give it to Barrett, Shit! I didn't want to do that. Holy shit, another one? Stop shooting that damn gun. Well, we got... What's this? Well, we got all that done. Alright,
Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
yeah, let's,
Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
Do you mean you're Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Did you ever try talking to Joe?
Never. But I suspected he knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
I found this box in an abandoned building nearby. I believe it belongs to you.
Let's have a look. Yeah, this is mine. So, you faced those loons that roam around there. Extraordinary.
I suppose I was lucky.
Luck is a commodity round here. Yours should be properly rewarded.
About this package, it's not just tools and trinkets, is it?
I want to be rude or anything after your kind gesture, but it's none of your business.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
I didn't feel like,
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
talk with
You
Joe.
again?
Cheap price.
What do you want this time?
Let's see.
Goodbye.
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Alright. So the place I also need to go is up this way. Oh, Mr. Well, let's talk with him.
Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed from the Pembroke.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, because I say, a live tenant's a paying tenant.
Yeah, he's pretty much right on that. Oh, I don't have a treatment for cold. Yeah, I have to get treatments for cold.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane. She's a nurse. What can you tell me about her?
Dorothy Crane, bless her soul. I really should thank her someday.
Has she treated you?
No. When I need a checkup, I'd go to a bloody doctor, not some back alley clinic full of sick foreigners.
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here,
Yeah.
especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
Okay.
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
I've no interest in money. Perhaps one night I will visit you and take what I require. If that should happen, there will be no need for a middleman.
So it's a no, then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swamburer's shit.
What is your business, exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
I see.
I don't approve of your actions, but I know very little about this borough, other than its reputation. There are always necessary evils.
A necessary evil. That's one way to think about it. Knew you had more smarts than all these immigrants.
Ugh.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence?
This guy's deplorable.
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
I want to know everything about the recent violence, Cadogan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
Take this as my final warning. You will not profit from the misery of others. Business is one thing, but what you do is quite another.
Really? What you gonna do? You ain't from here. You ain't Whitechapel, Doctor. You wouldn't know the first thing about playing dirty, even if you wanted to.
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. Made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you.
No.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
But now we know where we're supposed to go, and it's right over here. Well, let's go in here.
What? What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
What's this?
This district seems to get uglier every year.
It's locked.
Dorothy, oh.
Nobody at home.
get over here. There we go.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Interesting.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Okay, but this door is locked.
It's locked, all right.
However, I should get someplace where I can save, or do we have a save
This
point?
district seems to get uglier every year.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, that's no, that's not too. Oh, I'm not too far from my. All right. Yeah, so this should be at least a place then I can mark it as a save. And I think this is a good place to call it an episode too. We've made a lot of progress finding out about some things in Whitechapel, including Nurse Crane's little operation there. At least something about it. So I don't mind calling it an episode here. As always, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, RichGenXL. I invite you to subscribe to the channel and check out all the other playthroughs that I'm working on the channel. They premiere every day, 3 p.m. in a 2-week cycle, and besides Vampyr, I'm working my way through the Bioshock series, currently on the first Bioshock, the Assassin's Creed series, currently on Assassin's Creed 2, working my way through the through Control, working my way through the Indiana Jones franchise, currently on Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, working my way through the Shantae series, currently on Shantae Risky's Revenge, working my way through I do runs through the game of Monstrum, and I'm working my way through the Deponia series, currently on Deponia Doomsday, and a bunch of others that premiere. If you made it this far also in the recording, please put in the comments, we found her. And also, please check out the stuff that also premieres at 10 a.m. weekly, Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday's usually a fic reading. Wednesday is one of the first 7 Final Fantasies. Thursday is usually Dead by Daylight. Friday is a fighting game, ladder mode, or story mode. And Saturday is usually reserved for retrospectives for games or series I've beaten the story mode on. So, until next time, I want you all to take care and have fun. Bye all.